Okay, so in previous lecture we discussed about the sampling of wastewater. So sampling nothing but just do collection of the sample for the analysis purpose. Okay, so the value of any laboratory result depend on the sampling, that is integrity of the sample. Okay, so the sampling for a physical chemical examination of wastewater. Okay, so forms an important features. So sample should be collected in a clean colorless glass bottle provided with a glass top. Basically, for the collection of sewage and wastewater, we are going to use the BOD bottle. Okay, so that BOD bottle is a special bottle with the fitted with a glass top. Okay, so for the determination of DO, oil, sulfide and phenols, okay, or other characters also, you can say pH, hardness and alkalinity, we need to collect the water in a BOD bottle. Okay, so BOD bottle is the glass bottle which is special uh, glass topper which fitted at the top of that bottle. Okay, so that the internal characteristics of that wastewater or sewage that are not going to be changed. Okay, so that is what the sampling. It is nothing but the collection of sample, or the object of sampling is to collect the portion of wastewater sample to handle in the laboratory for the examination purpose. Okay. So during the collection of sample, we some points should be considered during collection of sample. Okay, so some points, or either you can say some information of that sampling should be considered, that is what is the source of sampling. Okay, so the first thing is either it may be the sewage, or either it may be the industrial waste, or either it may be the treated effluent. Okay, so whatever the type of sample. Okay, so you have to label the sample, or you have to label on the sample bottle, which should be include the information like the source of the sample, the date of the sample, the time of the sample, and the temperature of the sample. Okay, so what are the sources? Either it may be the sewage source, either it may be the industrial waste, or either it may be the treated effluent. Okay, and what point should be considered, or what point should be labeled on that bottle? What is the source of that sample? What is the date of the sampling? What is the time of sampling? And what is the temperature of sample? So these various points should be considered during collection of sample, or that point should be noted or a label on the sample bottle. Okay. Now, what are the methods of the sampling? Basically, there are two methods of sampling which are used. Okay. The first method is the graph sampling method, and second method it is a composite sampling method. Okay. So, graph sample, it is nothing but the consist of the portion of wastewater taken at all one time. Okay, that means just we are going to collect the sample for a single time. So, just collection of sample for a single time, it is called as graph sampling. Okay, and second term, the composite sampling, that is a collection of sample over a period of time, then mixing of that sample, and which you get the composite sample or mixed sample. Okay, so that is called as homogeneous mix or composite mix. Okay, so that indicate the average characteristics of water. Okay, म्हणजे तुम्ही one time sample collect करताय, that is called as graph sampling. And when you are going to collect the sample over a period of time, that means after 2 hours you are going to collect sample, after 4 hours, after 6 hours, 8 hours, and this total sample we are going to mix together, and we get the homogeneous mix, composite mix, that indicates the average characteristics. That is what called as composite sampling. Okay, so and the graph sampler or a graph sample consists of a portion of the wastewater all taken at one time, where the composite sample consists of portion of wastewater taken at a regular time interval. Okay, so the graph sample are not representative of the average wastewater characteristics. Okay, because the condition is going to be changed according to the time of the sampling. Okay, so that's why this graph sample are not representative of the average wastewater characteristics. Okay, but the composite sampling, which are indicate the character of wastewater over a period of time. Okay. So here in composite sampling, the period of sampling may be varied, covering 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, depending upon the result we require. Okay. So these composite samples are collected to determine the characteristic of wastewater, and also to establish the waste water pollution load for designing of treatment plant. Okay. So for the designing of treatment plant like sewage treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant, we need to determine the characteristics of water, and for that generally we use the composite sampling for the collection of wastewater. So these are the two methods of sampling which are used for the collection of the sewage and wastewater. Okay, so this is grab sampling, which is the most common method of sampling which is used. Okay. No special equipment is used. Okay, sampling container used to take the sample, dip directly into the water, sample to be collected. Okay, sample are packed, cool box then. Okay, taken for testing. Composite sampling involves the taken number of small samples, collected samples over a period of time. Okay, so overall condition of water body like lake, and finally mixed together we get a composite sampling. Okay, so these are the two types of sampling: grab sampling and composite sampling. Okay, so now the wastewater analysis, that is nothing but to check the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of wastewater into laboratory. Okay, so physical characteristics we already discussed like odor, color, temperature and solid. Chemical characteristics, you can say the pH, chloride, alkalinity, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, heavy metals, toxic compounds. Okay, and biological characteristics like viruses and bacteria. Okay, so these are the various parameters that are going to be checked for the water and wastewater. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the physical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, so what are the physical characteristics of wastewater? So we already okay, so these are the physical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, so total solid, then color, then turbidity, then taste and odor, and temperature. Okay, so first physical characteristics, that is the total solid. Okay, so total solid, it is in the form of suspended solid plus as well as dissolved solid. Okay, so suspended solid plus dissolved solid, total you can say the total solid. Okay, so the most important physical characteristic of wastewater is the total solid content. Okay, because this total solid, which consists the floating matter, which also consists the matter in suspension, which also consists the colloidal matter, or also consists the matter in solution. Okay, that means it is all solid, colloidal solid, floating solid, suspended solid. This is totally called as total solid. Okay, so a total solid can be determined by the suspended solid plus dissolved and colloidal solid. Okay, so this solid we can determine by the two methods. The first one you can say the filtration method, where we can filter the water over a filter paper, and from that you can find out the suspended and floating solid of that sewage sample. Okay, and for the calculation of dissolved and colloidal solid, we need to volatile that water for 600 degrees Celsius, and from that when totally sewage and wastewater get evaporate, you get the dissolved and colloidal solid. Okay, so addition of both suspended solid and dissolved solid, you get a total solid of that wastewater and sample. Okay, so total solid, it is nothing but the addition of suspended solid plus dissolved solid. Okay, so now what is the size of particle for a particular type of solid? Okay, so suppose if it is dissolved solid, then the size of particle in micron, that is 10 raised to minus 5 to 10 raised to minus 3 micron. Okay, so when the particle size is that size, okay, that type of solid is called as dissolved solid. Okay, when the size of particle is 10 raised to minus 3 to 1 micron, that is called as colloidal solid. When it is size of particle in 1 to 10, okay, a micron, that is you can say the suspended solid. And when it is the 10 to 100 micron, that is you can say the set level solid. Okay, so this is what the classification of size range of particles. Okay. So it's about total solid, which is suspended solid plus dissolved solid. Okay, so suspended solid can be determined by the filtration method, and dissolved solid can be find out by the evaporation method. Okay, Next term, that is the color. Okay, so color, it is due to the presence of dissolved matter and organic acid. Okay, so basically if you consider the plain water, so plain water, the pure natural water, does not having any color, but due to presence of organic matter, due to presence of inorganic matter in water, it's look like black color, like the green color. Okay, so this basically if you consider sewage, so it is totally black in color. Okay, so this is what, due to presence of dissolved matter, due to presence of organic acid, it is having color. Also, if you are going to mix the industrial waste into the water bodies, that also going to be change the color of natural water. Next, that is turbidity. Okay, so what is turbidity? Turbidity, it is nothing but the presence of colloidal solid, which may be clay, which may be silt, particle, or microorganism. Okay, so this totally presence of the mud, clay, algae, microorganism in water, which makes the water turbid, and that is called as turbidity of water. Okay, so this turbidity of water can be measured by using the nephelometer. So turbidity meter or nephelometer, it is a equipment or the instrument which is used for the measurement of turbidity of water. Okay, so turbidimeter or nephelometer, it is equipment which is used for the measurement of turbidity of water. Okay, and the turbidity of water which measure in NTU, nephalometric turbidity unit. So NTU, it is the unit of the measurement of turbidity. Okay, that is nephalometric turbidity unit. Okay, so uh, what is the principle of nephalometer? So this nephalometer is working on the principle of scattering of light. Okay, so when the light incident on the suspended matter which comes in a path of the light, so light gets scattered, and the scattering of light measures the turbidity of that water. Okay, so due to presence of colloidal solid, due to presence of mud, clay, algae, organisms, silt particles, which makes that water turbid. Okay, so this is what, if you consider sewage, sewage, it is black water and it is highly turbid water. Okay, next, taste and odor. Okay, so normally due to dissolved solid or gases which may be natural origin, uh, or like algae or other organism and man-made phenol from gases. So if you consider the pure gas, sorry, not if you consider the pure water, it is a tasteless and odorless. But due to presence of organic matter, due to presence of industrial waste, due to other like of algae and other constituents, okay, which gives a different odor and taste for that water. Okay, so that is what, due to presence of organic matter, due to presence of industrial waste. Okay, also due to presence of algae and other gases which change the taste and odor of that water. Okay, so sewage or wastewater having the different types of odors. The next one is temperature. So temperature is the important characteristics of the wastewater. So this temperature is result of the decrease of oxygen into the water. Okay, so high temperature can the faster the growth of undesirable water plants and sewage fungus, increase in the rate of biochemical reaction. Okay, so as the temperature is going to be increased, the activity of growing of plants, undesirable water plants, and increase the rate of biochemical reaction. Okay, so as the temperature increases, this reaction is going to be faster. Okay, so this about the physical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, so total solid, that is suspended solid, colloidal solid, dissolved solid, and floating solid. Okay, so floating, which is in a suspension, or floater, suspended, like a suspended matter, colloidal, and dissolved solid. Color, color, it is due to presence of dissolved matter, organic acid. Next, turbidity. Turbidity is due to presence of mud, clay, algae, microorganism, clay, silt. Okay. Next, taste and odor. Taste and odor due to presence of organic matter, industrial waste, then algae. Okay. And temperature. So as the temperature going to be increased, that going to be growth of undesirable water plants and sewage fungus, and which increase the rate of the biochemical reaction, and that going to be decrease the oxygen from that water. So these are the different physical characteristics of wastewater.